Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of ZHNGTV podcast. So today we have Sean, familiar face, and Fan. So what are we discussing today?
So today we're going to talk about something pretty interesting. I feel that the SUV market has been coming in strong and there's a lot of SUVs in the market right now. So we're going to discuss about how did the SUV market grew so big in such a short time.
And I think the latest one we had is
The Ferrari Purosangue.
What are your thoughts on it?
I feel like it's a very unique design for sure. It's not Ferrari's first venture into four-wheel drive systems, especially previously they had the FF as well. It is very unique to see suicide doors on a Ferrari for sure, and it is very nice to see them carry the legendary V12 again instead of running a turbocharged engine. So yeah, I think it might not be a look for everyone, but I think it's a very nice vehicle, especially utility-wise, because you can carry your family of four with comfort.
I think it's genius of Ferrari to put a 6-litre V12 inside. It motivates the buyer to buy more. Because you see, if let's say you want to get any other Ferrari, you go to the Roma, you get a V8.
So it kind of entices people.
Yeah.
Like, you want V12, you buy SUV.
This is the purest of Ferrari can
Yeah,
get.
hence the name lah.
Yes,
Hence the name Purosangue, which is what? Pure breed.
yes, purebred.
Yeah, purebred. Yeah. Quite sick honestly. But looking at the interior, I think the interior is extremely nice. To be very frank, I think in about 2012, 2014, Ferrari became a bit stale. The interior was getting very dated and all. And then right now, I feel that they've somewhat rebranded. Ever since the Roma, everything has been really top-notch.
Do you think that there will be a Purosangue Speciale Italia or something?
For sure.
For
Confirm
sure.
will
For
yes.
sure. I mean, you look, there's Urus Performante already, bro.
Yeah.
So-
There's the DBX 707.
It's just going to be a lightweight one. Maybe they will give you more carbon.
More carbon, more
seats,
power.
Yes, more power.
Do
Yeah.
you think that Ferrari was a little late to the party?
Yeah, I think they could have potentially made a lot of money if they entered the market around the same time as the Urus, but I think the Purosangue doesn't particularly look very good compared to the Urus.
Urus is more of a sharp and more
Yeah.
aggressive look. Ferrari is more of the curvy lines.
I would say it's a very classy,
Yeah, very classy
look. Lah.
Yeah. So I think before like all these Urus and Purosangue come out, I think like the first few SUVs, sports SUV, you can say sports luxury SUV that came out was the Porsche Cayenne. Quite a bold move for Porsche to go into the SUV market.
Actually, it was very smart, but it was also a very easy thing because they already partnered with VW, and literally the car is almost just a Touareg.
Correct, yes.
Yeah, to be frank, it's just a Touareg. To be very frank, I went to read up a bit. The sales of that Cayenne was actually very, very good.
So I think over the years, I think more and more car manufacturers, they started out. So like we have the Range Rover Sport,
Yes.
Yep.
yeah, and then we have the BMW X series, you know.
No, but my question is, X1, okay, X3, okay, but why need the M, bro?
X5M,
Yeah,
X4M, 5M.
Is it really necessary for us to have performance SUV? That's my question.
I think it's more of for people who wants the best of both worlds and
Yes.
something unique. But then you see, that's the thing. If you want best of both worlds, right, you could get an M5. So you got the same amount of doors, but why SUV such a hype?
Yeah, because if you just look at it, if there's no demand, manufacturers wouldn't make so many.
Yeah.
We have the DBX, we have an Urus, Purosangue, Cayenne, like you mentioned,
Alfa Stelvio.
Alfa Stelvio, Levante. Almost every high-end manufacturers are producing SUVs.
Yeah. See, all the luxury SUV, right, they all come in with the off-road functions, the water and everything. But you dare to bring this car go off-road? That's the thing. See, Rolls-Royce come out with all the whatever terrain you can go on, whatever. But you dare bring Rolls-Royce go off-road?
I don't think anybody in the right mind will, but I've seen people bring Bentegas, and I guess if you have to say luxury SUV, I guess the prime candidate to do all this stuff will always be the Range Rover series.
Really Range Rover. I mean,
Range Rover Sport, Range Rover Vogue, yes.
But do you think like it's necessary? No?
No lah, I think if they
Just
don't,
because it's an SUV, then you must have the.
no, that's the thing. If they
export.
don't put it in right, then your audience will be like, hey, why this car don't have? It's a fake SUV. So actually, if I'm not wrong, maybe 5-6 years ago, there was some SUVs that came out without this function, and everyone was like, oh, it's not a real
I think
SUV.
it's X6, the first generation X6.
Yeah, and
X3 as well, they came with a two-wheel drive.
And everyone just went crazy saying that, oh, it's not a real SUV. But to be very frank, no one is going to use that feature. It's just there for namesake.
I mean, unless you really living in the
Outback,
outback,
yeah.
then you really got a lot of money, you just buy one.
Actually, random question. Do you think McLaren will produce an SUV?
Yeah, that one I also.
Wow.
Right.
Wait, but then you say, that time Ferrari said, they won't want to really produce SUV, but then
Here we are.
here we are. Maserati also.
Actually, the Bentayga is a very good example. Like, I think when the Bentayga came out, everyone was like a bit iffy about
very
it.
mixed feeling because Bentley, I think not only Bentayga, the Rolls-Royce Cullinan also. Because Bentley and Rolls-Royce are known for being luxurious cars. They are not really that sporty.
Yeah.
You know, like sporty is not a word you use in, especially Rolls-Royce. Maybe Bentley, yeah, there is a word sporty, but Rolls-Royce, it's not a word you have.
Actually, I think we totally forgot to talk about one car, GLS Maybach. The
Oh,
fact
yes,
that
PRS
Maybach
600
is coming
Maybach,
into
yes.
the SUV market, that's crazy also, bro. Like, as far as we always thought that, you know, Maybach will only do luxury sedans, S-Class mainly. I was shocked that actually they were willing to touch on the GLS. What are your thoughts on that, Jeff?
I think it looks very weird, but Maybach.
It's Maybach. Nobody
It's Maybach.
nobody has to say anything about it. And there are so many in Singapore roads. I think I've seen at least 2 to 3 different units already.
It's beautiful to see how the brands are actually catering to the current market. Like Rolls-Royce back then, all they cared about was, to be frank, I think their target audience were like 50 years old, rich businessmen. But now they're targeting to the younger generation, hence the black badge.
Yes.
You know, you have carbon options on Rolls-Royce, which is something that you couldn't fathom back then.
But do you think, right, because of the SUV market rising, right, it's because there was maybe like few experiments in the past. So let's say maybe the Aston Martin Rapid.
Gorgeous car.
Gorgeous car looking long, yes, the supercar lines, but it's 4 doors.
I don't really like it. I feel like it's a V Advantage that is
Extended,
stretched out.
yeah.
Yes.
Do you think it's because of like this type of cars, you know, the shape, they say like you don't ruin a supercar, you want to make it a family car, you make it a family car, you don't turn the supercar into a 4-door. That's why, you know, everyone shifted their focus to SUV. Do you think that might be the cause?
Potentially so. Yes. They want the stylish looks, but they want to carry their family in comfort. Hence, you see if you look at the Carrera, the Panamera looks like a 996 that is very stretched out, right? Yeah. The front effectively looks the same.
Okay, to be very frank, I
Yeah.
don't know what was Porsche thinking when
I
they dropped.
never like.
I don't know what Porsche was thinking when they dropped the first gen Panamera. It's not very appealing lah. Yeah, but the current Panamera is very good looking.
The one with the LED lights,
Yeah.
right?
We have been talking about the European market so long, and you have all kinds of sports SUV. But then you think about it, why Japanese market SUV got no powerful models?
Got what? Nissan Juke Nismo.
Fuck that shit, man.
Really what?
Fucking ugly car.
But it's a performance SUV from Juke.
It's just kitted only. Right?
No lah, I think there's some performance upgrade lah.
If you only think about performance SUV of the Japanese market, maybe max to max Forester STI.
Yes. Kind of like the king in that.
I think Japanese made SUVs are more of like durability, like the Land Cruiser. You know,
That's actually a good car.
it's a very good car. I mean, the Lexus LX, is it called LX, right?
The Japanese aren't really willing to put a top-end engine in the SUV because they don't know how it will turn out. And I think maybe in Japan, not many people will want to buy a car like that. So I think for them, they want to cater to local market first before any other market. Have you seen any other Japanese cars that didn't really sell well? Then they,
Infiniti QX80.
those are very shit cars.
That one.
Gigantic, bro.
Yeah.
But I think the Japanese also, doing it differently. They are coming out with more compact cars, more crossovers, and more city-friendly cars lah. So I think that's the Japanese market lor.
I mean, if you were to look at the Japanese market, we have to look at the Korean market lah. So talking about Hyundai, we have the Hyundai Palisade in Singapore. I think I've only seen it once, but you know, I think it's a very cool C pillar. Like the designs are getting really creative.
It has
lah.
the American touch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Korean designs has really
The
evolved
new
a lot.
Ioniqs look quite cool, right?
Oh yeah, Ioniqs are so
Yeah.
cool, man.
So futuristic looking.
Yeah. A very retro vibe, especially Hyundai. I think they are going in the right direction, especially with the new sports car.
And I think Hyundai is really expanding a lot because they are opening a factory
Singapore?
in Singapore at your house there.
In the West lah. Yeah, in the
Maybe you
West.
can work there.
If ZHNGTV doesn't work out, maybe I'll
Okay.
Go there. So, if Hyundai, you all got a space for us, you know.
Bro, I tell you, with fuel prices being so high right now, right? Then Singaporeans will tell you this. Why do I want to drive an SUV with 4-wheel drive? I'm just sending my daughter to school and then going to buy groceries. I don't need the 4-wheel drive to climb my multi-story car park, right?
Yeah.
So I can just run my 2-liter engine, just powering my rear wheels. Why not?
Front wheel.
Front wheels, yes, front wheels.
Okay, so if money is no option, what would be the ideal SUV for you?
Range Rover Sport.
Do you have you?
Aston Martin DBX 707 with the green color.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Love it. And yellow trims.
Oh, sorry. Range Rover, but it has to be the SDR engine.
Oh,
so
nice.
you can hear the
5
pop, pop,
liter
pop,
V8
pop, pop sound.
Then what's yours?
I don't like SUVs, bro.
Bro, choose one.
I
You don't like or your
SUVs.
mother don't like?
No, I really don't like SUVs, bro. I genuinely don't like SUV. Yeah, but if I were to choose one, I think it would be the Urus or a Cullinan. It's either extremely luxury or extremely powerful, either one. Yeah, so we've come to the end of today's episode. We spoke about SUVs and I hope that you learned a thing or two from us.
Yeah, so with that said and done, if you guys wanna, come on the show and talk about whatever car related stuff, feel free to just drop us a DM, write in the comments or whatever and stuff lah. So with that, stay safe, stay happy, and we'll catch you on the next podcast.